Hey guys, this is BunnyMuffins. Today I'm going to be coaching my friend. He has not played in a long time, but he is starting up and wanting to learn again. So if that is you or someone you know, this is the video for those people. But yeah, let's get into it. So what item do you want to start off on carousel? Also, like, let me know how much you want me to backseat.
Oh yeah,
And
I don't mind any at all.
okay.
So I've heard that you don't want to get too many tiers, so anything but tier.
Yeah,
Uh,
Tyr and Negatron are probably the worst ones right now. It's not like horrible if you get them, because when you played in previous sets, if you got the worst item, the games felt unplayable. But nowadays, at least, even if you get the worst items, it's like not that bad.
okay. I had heard belt is a pretty flexible start. If that had been on the same side as me, maybe I would have gone for it.
Yeah,
Uh,
belt's definitely it's my favorite at least. Yeah, people are going for like belt, glove, and bow, I believe, right now.
okay. Yeah, I knew glove had a couple good, at least carry items that you could go with. So
Yeah.
So right off the back, I see the pair.
Yeah, definitely
And
play
I
with the
throw that
pairs.
in.
So just one thing to note, Camille is the best early game unit right now. So
Okay.
even if it wasn't a pair, you'd probably pick her up anyways.
And then I'm sitting here thinking, do I sell my Singed for an Ezreal or a Bruiser?
Yeah, you could sell it for a bruiser.
Oh,
It's okay.
oh.
It's okay. Okay, so
Forgive my
you've
boomer
probably never
APM.
seen any of the augments before, right?
Yeah, I played a few normal games, so I've dabbled, but yeah, I don't. I'm reading. I have to read them each time I play.
Okay. So
Right
as you're
off the
reading them,
back, it looks like Celestial Blessing might be pretty strong in the early game, but the Imperial Heart might give me some more flexibility options.
so the Celestial Blessing probably is the most flexible. Imperials aren't that great, but right now there's a weird Scion build that's out now, but On Guard's also decent, but any of them can do. Um, I'd probably pick up the Quinn here and the Alawi, because Quinn is a challenger and so is Camille, and Quinn's also a mercenary and so is Alawi, so a bit of like synergy there. But I know you haven't like memorized all the synergy stuff yet. So in
I
that
saw.
specific scenario, I would have kept on to Tarek and Soul
Oh,
Shaco. Tarek's another good like early game unit, but it's not the end of the world that you sold them. In terms of items, like you have Shroud of Stillness, QSS, and Gargoyle Stoneplate. There's really only one buildable item there right now. You don't have to build it, because we're probably going to lose every round because we don't have a 2-star. But you could slam the item if you want to just slam it, for value.
since I'm gonna go for the lose streak, I'll probably just hold for now.
Okay. I'd probably pick up Caitlyn. She's just another good early game unit because she like snipes off one person. So if you're loose streaking, she's a good way to like save health. I would play the Vi and the Alawi because they're both bruisers, and bruisers are just like they're just really good in the early game because it's flat health and oh, that's early games when flat health is the best right now. They're similar to brawlers in previous sets if you remember that one.
Yes.
Except they also buff your team now. They give them
Oh,
like they give your team a bunch of your health or a bunch of health, and then they give themselves double that amount. So it's
all
pretty
right.
good.
I'm looking at a win. Katsurin probably doesn't go with what I have. Do I want to swap out anything for either the
Um,
Katarina?
Probably sell Shaco for the Katarina if you want to get her, or I guess you could just buy her.
Oh, yep, that would
It's
work.
okay.
Yep.
So there are a couple of different builds. Do you know any of the meta builds yet?
Very vaguely. I've seen some of the carry champs, and that's how I work backwards.
Okay.
Um, because yeah, I haven't learned everything yet. All right.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I do
So
see we have a Quinn pair. Definitely picking that up. I won, which kind of sucks. I don't.
yeah,
I don't think.
I'd
Some
probably
of the.
buy the Trundle and put him in quickly. Just sell like
Oh,
the Ziggs. Yeah.
oh.
It's okay. He's not that great. It's just like another brawler that we could have put in. But the couple
Yes.
builds that came to mind to me was like a Protector Garen reroll. Because you have Graves too, you had the Garen and the Caston. But since we sold the Caston, we could probably just do anything else. We could just play normally, just play 4-cost carry, because that's the most standard, you know?
Yes. I'll grab. Well, we're winning somehow now.
Yeah, yeah. I'd imagine because, like your MMR probably went down a lot
Yeah.
from not playing. So I'm guessing we're not playing like high
All
elo
right.
people.
So cloak, vest, glove. That means.
So I would personally pick up the Samira because a lot of the 4-cost carries right now, they use Runons really well.
Okay, and we have the
So,
cloak
yeah.
already.
Yeah, and we have the cloak, so we could just build that on whoever and just item hold it. You could even use Samira if you want.
That might be. Well, I had the Camille in by accident because I'm
Yeah.
not on the top of my game yet. Do I want to go ahead and make the Runins?
Yeah, I would probably make it. You could level up as well and play Camille also, or play Quinn. That also works. Because we are on like a mini
Let's go
win
for it.
streak. So yeah, the same principles as before apply. It's like if you're like kind of winning, your board's like decent, you could probably at least try for a win streak, you know?
And then
But
as
we
far
can-
as cleaning up the bench goes,
Yeah,
if I
yeah, we definitely
win,
want to do that.
so the Katarina goes, the Warwick probably goes.
Yeah,
All right, we're keeping the pair. Caitlyn can go.
yeah,
And after this win, the Garen goes, right?
correct, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're hitting the
it's-
eco.
So one easy early game is like the Brawler opener that we have right now. It's just like it pivots well into a lot of different comps that use the Runons. So you could go into like Sniper with Jin, you could go into Challengers with Yone, and you could also go into what's the last one? Urgot. Urgot probably being the easiest one to go into from here.
Oh yeah, it is
Oh.
hard to get Urgots.
Yeah. Oh, switch the Quinn and Samira because Blitzcrank's in this set, so you got to be a little careful of that.
Oh, see, so I was actually thinking the Quinn, because I 2-starter, would be better to...
In a way, yeah. Quinn's kind of like a support unit, so she disarms people in an AoE, whereas Samira's kind of like your damage carry. Oh, here's one thing you should do every game. Buy this Cogmaw, and then right-click the Cogmaw, and then hover over the mutant trait. Because every game, this trait changes or is different.
Oh, I think
Whenever
I
you
might have
get
heard
like
that.
yeah. So whenever you see like a Cassidon early, you might as well buy it to see what it is. Same with like Socialite Hex with Tarek, just to see where it is because maybe it'll affect your decision making later on. You did not play in set 4, right?
No, I did not.
Okay. So if you look on the left, we have 2 out of 3 mercenaries right now. So you could pick up either Gangplank or Misfortune to play 3 mercenary. It's kind of like Pirates in set 1. Sell the Cogmaws, yeah, sell that, yeah. And then pick up the extra orb that you have.
Oh. Yes.
But it's
There we go.
Oh, it's essentially just like a greedy trait. It's pretty useful. The units are actually pretty good this set, so you could probably just try to play them. You could even like level up right now to play Gangplank. Yeah.
When you're hitting stuff,
Yeah.
which I hit the Camille, should we just get rid of the
Wait,
Grave?
wait. Keep Graves in. I would actually sell Samira and put in Camille over Samira, and then put the Runons on Gangplank. I'll explain why in a second. So, if we read Gangplank, he actually, whenever he gets a killing blow with his ultimate, you get a gold. And it happens more often than you think. I'd probably slam Sunfire on Samira. Or on Camille. It's the belt and chain. Yeah. Oh yeah, you have not seen this item because it was red buff before.
Yes.
So Sunfire Cape is essentially just a percent health burn that applies to whoever's nearby. It is really good in the early game. So I would say if you're ever in stage 2 or stage 3, it's like one of the best items at that point. Stage 4 is like borderline. Stage 5 is a little too late to build it in like 90% of situations. Oh, some guy has an Urgot already. Unlucky.
Yup.
But it's just a really good item if you're win streaking. But we could kind of just chill here, you know, because it's like sometimes a new strategy develop where people roll at level 6 on 3-2. But you only do that if you're like losing hard. But we're winning, so we don't need to worry about that. Oh, this guy's... he's got a Shaco 2 already. That's kind of disturbing. Yeah, because Shaco's a 3 cost, that's why. But see, yeah, Gangplank gets gold like that like all the time. It's so good.
Come on, come on.
Camille actually did it.
There we go. I probably we're learning a ton of stuff at once. I probably should have considered selling that.
You could keep your bench here. It's fine. So with these Bruiser, we do have some Bruisers. We don't have any academies, so I probably wouldn't do that one. And then makeshift armor's an interesting one. It's either Bruiser or makeshift. I wouldn't mind either. So whichever one you're feeling. Bruiser kind of locks us into Bruiser. Makeshift's a little more flexible.
Let's go with the flexible and then make it interesting.
Okay.
Makeshift armor it is. Oh.
Yeah, so essentially what it does is it gives armor and magic resistance to everyone without an item. So if you're only focusing on like 2 units to itemize, it's really, really good, as you can imagine. Oh, and you could pick up that orb there. That's from the mercenary drop. So every time you win, you get like some rewards. Yeah, you could probably sell Kog'Maw, Kastan, and Ezreal. I mean, you could hold them as well if you really want, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, you're in like a pretty okay spot. Like, here's like a typical board that you could survive with until 4-1, where you roll down on level 7 and then like find like the starting point for your mid game. So on this carousel, we have a glove on our bench that's not an item yet, so we could build stuff with that. You could do like Infinity Edge, Last Whisper. Oh my god.
Bow, sword. Oh, the Urgot with the sword.
There's an Urgot with a sword, so whoever gets that...
I'm last pick, yeah.
You're not getting that.
We could wind up with a bow, though.
Yeah, bow's not bad. Even a belt isn't bad either for more defensive items. But we prefer the bow, I think.
It's gonna make my...
Oh, wait, get the crit, get the crit. Yeah, you don't want to complete your Lissandra.
I mean, it's 1 gold, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but we kind of want to keep the Lissandra for in case we go for... I mean, you could take it, but it depends on like your playstyle.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you could sell that. I mean, we could keep him as well, but we have makeshift armor, so it's actually better to sell him. And then grab the orb from the mercenary again.
Oh yeah.
It only comes out when we win a round. We could probably sell the extra Camille on our bench because we're probably not playing her 3-star. Probably sell one of the Lissandras as well because I'd rather have interest in the Lissandra pair. It's close. If you kept it, like I'm sure some players would have done that as well. It's kind of more of like a playstyle thing.
Okay, well, we're still winning.
Yeah. Camille is just way too good in the early game. She
That's
falls off
appears.
really hard, but yeah. Because she's super tanky as well.
Oh, now we're hitting. Oh, sorry, I should have done this. I gotta remember to do that.
That's fine, that's fine. Order doesn't matter like that much.
So
but I would play him, yeah. You lose Mercenary this way, but it's...
I mean,
like, Vi's a lot better than Alawi, so it depends if you want the gold or not. It really is up to you. Personally, I'd rather put the Vi in because we're on a big win streak, but at the same time, you might be so strong that playing a weaker unit, like, you'll still win anyways because you're, like, everything's 2-star, you know?
Okay. Do we want to put a glove on GP? Probably doesn't matter very much.
Yeah, you could put it on him.
We're gonna win this anyway, so
yeah. Because maybe he gets like an extra gold from like a crit or something. But we are hard chilling right now. So the roll down on level 7 is going to be a little hard.
I also got a rod.
So these items are a little hard to use together.
I could go for the shroud just to...
Yeah, shroud's not bad. You could also build jeweled gauntlet to put on Lysandra just to kill the rod. Either or is probably fine. Yeah, we're probably going level 8 at 4-5 this game. You don't do that every game. It's only because we're like 94 HP with like fully upgraded board that we're doing that.
I see Mundo.
Mundo's extremely good. At this point, I think you just sell the Camille and then put in Mundo or Zac.
And is he a Sunfire Cape?
Yeah, you could Sunfire him, yeah.
Okay, and then you were talking about making a jeweled gauntlet, but that for Lysandra?
It could be on Lysandra, but since we're not playing her yet, maybe just build Shroud on someone. You put on like Graves or Trundle, yeah.
Okay.
So in this comp, the units that you're probably keeping are Vi and Mundo. If you're going for the Urgot build, that's probably
Vi and Mundo. Okay.
So like Trundle's replaceable, Graves replaceable, Gangplank replaceable, Quinn's replaceable. Because all the all the guys are like Chemtech and Bruiser that we probably will end up playing with the Urgot.
Okay, and then also we got a carousel coming up after this round to be thinking about.
Yeah, so it's just sword or bow at this point.
Sword or bow, okay.
You could get a tier to build Hand of Justice as a worst case scenario. But you could level up twice.
Pre-level, yep.
Yeah. So we get an extra roll. This guy's got 2 Urgots. Oh no. We might have to go Yone. It just depends who you hit. So next turn, level up and roll down probably till like 20 gold. Looking for like Urgot 2, Yone 2. I'll try to scream to buy, but like speed, it's definitely speed over accuracy.
Yone goes with Fiora, right? Should I be looking for Fiora? Okay.
Yeah, Yone goes with Fiora or Lux. Both work. Legendaries to pick up. Always buy Yuumi right now, no matter what you're playing.
That I did see, yes.
Yeah, she is turbo broken. So there's 1 sword here, 1 bow.
No, but that's a spat.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Oh, you're right. I see.
Spat is usable. Come on, please, sword. Yeah, just grab the bow. It's not the end of the world. Tier's okay too, but yeah.
All right, so I pre-leveled, so we're hopping right into it.
So buy Tom Kench, and you could keep rolling.
Urgot, Lysandra.
Yeah.
Let me clear some stuff out.
Nothing here. Lysandra.
Okay, make the Lysandra.
Next, nothing here. Zac. Jinx and Urgot. Jace. Okay, so put in Urgot. Oh, holy cow. Yeah, put him in. Sell GP. And put in Jinx. It's okay. So you got the dream. This is like the best roll down you could have possibly gotten.
Go ahead and put the bow on Urgot with the last whisper.
Don't even build the item yet. We could fully greed this because like we're so strong. So you got the perfect thing. You got more Zacs, you got a Tom Kench, a Jace, and a Jinx. Those are everything you could imagine. You'll see next turn.
Do I feed the Kench?
So you typically do not feed Kench until much later, but this game you could do whatever because you already won the game. Like you literally already won the game. Let's see what augment we get though.
Sure.
And like this is like super high roll because a lot of other people had Urgots, so it was actually really hard to hit this. You could go Knife's Edge. It's a little risky. Shrug It Off is pretty good too. And Airdrop does have uses for the items you have right now. You could honestly go with any of these.
I'm thinking Knife's Edge or Shrug It Off. Shrug It Off. Let's go with
Shrug
that.
It Off's going to be the easiest one to use here.
Let's go with that.
Okay. So take out Gangplank and take out Graves.
Sell the Gangplank, right?
Yeah, sell them. Yeah.
Okay.
Sell Graves. Put in Jinx.
Oh.
Yeah, put in Tahm Kench. And then take out Alawi for Lissandra. Yeah, and then take out Quinn for Jace or Zac. Yeah, Quinn for Jace, and then Jace for Trundle. Zac for Trundle.
Oh. Oops, a little
it's okay.
slow.
It's okay. And then put the Hurricane on Urgot. So Hurricane is Urgot's very, very best item. Just put it on Trundle for now because we're selling him.
Okay.
No, it's on Lissandra. Not the end of the world.
Oh gosh, no, that was Boomer
it's
APM.
The end of the world because yeah, no worries. So Lissandra, she's a counter to attack damage comes. Oh, by the way,
can I sell?
Yeah, sell Quinn and Alawi. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you see that blue orb? Tahm Kench, when he eats someone and kills them, and if they hold items, he takes one of their item components and gives it to you.
Holy
so
cow.
You can imagine in the late game that is like,
it's
a lot. Like
and then there's a Yone in the shop.
Don't need him.
Yeah. Is Trundle a hold
Trundle's gone. Trundle's gone.
And I don't need Allow anymore, right?
Yeah, you don't need them. So some people play 6 Bruiser, but it falls off in the late game. Stage 5 is probably like the last time you could run 6 Bruiser. Stage 6, you definitely don't want it anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Game. So you don't even have to worry about rolling at this point. You have best in slot Urgot, but you could also build Jinx items. There are 2 ways to go about this. So for sure, put 1 sword on Urgot because that's Giant Slayer. It's like it's good at killing tanks. And then you could also build IE, but you could also build Jeweled Gauntlet on Jinx. That one's fun to do. Warmogs on Mundo probably. No. Warmogs on Mundo. Double belt on Mundo.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And then like, if I'm playing optimally, I'm probably just building Infinity Edge on Urgot.
All right.
Yeah. But Jeweled Gauntlet on Jinx is really fun because you see she jumped up in the air right now and she's about to land. She leaves like this big burny area, which is really fun.
Oh, and I have another item. Do I want to magnetic remover the Lissandra Shroud?
You could, but you could also just wait till later.
Okay.
Because like you're not in any danger right now, so there's like you're not desperate to do it. But yeah, you're probably just going level 9 here.
Yeah, just for the sake of making things easier.
So one interesting thing about your board, Jace, he actually has 2 different positions. So if you put him in the back, he's a range champion, and when you put him in the front, he's a melee champion. So in terms of which to go for, in this comp, him as a tank is slightly better.
Okay.
Reason is, Urgot has 3 range. Typically, range carries have 4 range. But he makes a gate, and it only affects people in the same row as him. So normally Urgot moves up a square, and then he wouldn't be affected by Jace's gate. So that's why you prefer having him melee. Also, when he's melee, he reduces armor. He has like % armor penetration, which is also really good for Urgot. But yeah, you're really chilling this game. It's not even.
Yes. It helps that I high rolled so hard because I haven't. Just keeping track of everything has made it so the positioning has kind of been on autopilot.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, be very careful when putting a unit swap with Tahm Kench.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Yeah, you almost fed him.
Oof.
Almost. But you want to keep Tahm Kench where Zac is. Yeah, and then Zac and Jace swap. The reason why you want to set it up this way is Zac should always be top left or top right, because that way he grabs units, because he throws his arms out as his ability and then pulls them towards each other. So sometimes if he's on the very corner, like he might have picked off the Lux in some games.
Wow.
Oh, this guy won the Garen comp that I was telling you about before.
Yes. He didn't hit his Blitz or his
Kassadin,
Kassadin, though. It's a little unlucky, considering I don't think anyone was running the Kassadin. I haven't seen a lot of Blitz.
Lots of options here. So Jace, just to get Jace with a Bramble Vest is pretty good because we have him in the front line anyways. Jinx with Gunblade actually isn't horrible. But yeah, pretty much like anything here would have been good. Deathblade's good on Jinx. QSS is good on Jinx. Yeah, just tons of options there. Yeah, just swap them. This game we could probably feed Tahm Kench because we're so rich. You could probably just level up by Kai'Sa and then feed Kai'Sa to him.
Oh boy.
So typically for feeding Tahm Kench, feeding him ability power is the best.
And I just want to be rolling down to 50, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Goodness. Yeah, you want to add in Yuumi. That's the last unit to put in, but you could just drop an Orianna in right now. It's fine. So you may notice on the left-hand side, like normally you want to go for traits, right?
Yes.
So we could add in like Chemtech for 5 Chemtech. It's not that great. 3 and 5 Chemtech are kind of the same if you read the trait. So hover over Chemtech.
Oh yeah, process. Last 8 seconds versus last 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it essentially makes them more tanky and attack faster, and they heal a bit. And the buff just lasts a different duration each time. But fights normally don't last that long, so the 4 extra seconds doesn't really do too much.
Do I want to feed anything to the kid?
Probably the Yone. The more expensive the unit, the more just swap them again. Yeah, you have to like hover over it, and then eventually he opens his mouth. You have to wait for him to open his mouth.
There
okay,
we go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a little weird. Oh, you have an item up there. Oh, never mind. It's on your old board. Like Tahm Kench spat out an item from a previous round, and we just.
Oh, yep. I haven't gotten used to that yet either.
It's okay. Yeah, mercenaries are weird in that sense. But it's just on our old board, so we just have to wait till the round ends.
So yes, the Chemtech, we could go, not the Enchanter, because that's the Orianna.
Yeah, you could do Scholar, because you're 1 out of 2 Scholar right now. It's just that you have too many traits that it doesn't show up right now. Yeah. So Yumi's going to be the best.
I could also slam this Locket on the front line, or...
let's find out what item we got first.
Okay. Let's get over there. He's so fat.
Yeah, he's...
Oh, Bramble.
Okay, yeah, I would just Bramble on Mundo. It's too good.
Man, I'm so unlucky I didn't hit Mundo 2 yet.
Exactly. So we could roll here because we're above 50 gold. Yeah, we should have fed him. It's okay. Fuck it, Lissandra 3, why not? Probably roll once more. Because we're not playing... Okay, there is Jinx, Mundo, and Victor. Victor's another Chemtech. So if you want to play 5 Chemtech, you could play...
Oh.
You could play Victor.
And I'm just hitting everything.
Why is this game so easy? Like... This is never gonna happen again. I'm just pointing that out there.
Oh man.
Okay, so you could
hungry?
You could feed that. That gives him magic resistance, but that's fine.
Frozen Heart for...
You put it on Jace or Tahm Kench, either or. It's also good on Zac because he pulls units closer to him. So Zac actually gets a bunch of value from it.
I've been giving them free Zephyrs on my carry.
It's mattered so much.
Yeah. I'm asserting dominance. How did you know what stat the Kench gets from the unit you feed him? Sorry.
Good question. So there's a chart that lists out everything. But essentially, if it is a tank, it's going to give either like... Oh, there's Yuumi, by the way. Yeah, just put it in over Victor, and then feed Victor to Tahm Kench. So Victor gives AP. Galio, I believe, gives armor, so if you right-click on your Galio on your bench, I believe all bodyguards give armor.
Okay.
Yeah. Orianna gave magic resistance because she's an enchanter. Enchanter's kind of like Mystic, if you remember that trait.
Yes.
Mystic just gives, like, magic resistance, so that's why she gives magic resist to Tahm Kench. And then like every other non-tank unit and non-mystic unit gives ability power.
Ooh, I'm taking some damage actually. Well, I guess I didn't need the Urgot to win.
Yeah, you.
Well, I have a lot of gold, and there's not a lot of game left.
Yeah, you might as well just roll and just go for Urgot 3 or something like that. Maybe you get Jinx 3, Tahm Kench 3, who knows. Buy the Kaisa, buy the Kaisa.
And then feed
one fun thing. Yeah, you could feed an extra one. You can see how much ability power it gives.
Oh god,
52. So the other one gave like 20, I believe, if she's 1-star. That one gave 52. So we might get Jinx 3 also. So. But yeah, not too much else to talk about this game because it's as I said, after your roll down on 4-5, like the game was already over.
This game is easy.
Yeah. I do wonder what rank this is.
But... They're gonna think that we played like 20 games.
Yeah. Because even though I was coaching, it wasn't like me coaching doesn't affect what you hit in your shop, you know?
Oh man. Oh, and I have the locket.
Yeah, you can build locket if you want. It's not good late game, but it is what it is.
I'm not gonna go for the Mundo at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have gold to hit 3 stars right now, but it's okay. You can just feed, Tahm Kench. And then, after he's 2-star, feeding him tank stats is better. Because after a certain point, he just overkills people. And, yeah. But Tahm Kench is really broken. Look, he just ate his main tank with 3 items, and they're just CC'd for like, I think it's like 5 seconds or something like that. Well, in fact, he just killed them, so that helps too.
The Kench has been unbenched in this one.
Yeah, he has definitely been unbenched. All right, so that's a pretty easy first game, right?
That felt a little dirty, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because even with the coaching, like, sure, you had more HP in the early game, but like...
And I got 299 LP for that.
Yeah, the 4-5 roll down was just too insane.
So we identified early that Camille is one of the most broken units in the early game.
Yeah,
now,
in stage 2, she is the best unit.
And she has Challenger, which I've seen people use the Challenger with Kaisa, which we didn't need to do that game. But then you had also mentioned potentially Yone.
Yeah.
Was one of the things we were looking at when we didn't have a carry yet.
Correct. Yeah, if we rolled down and we hit Yone instead of Urgot, we would have went for a Yone comp.
Okay.
So he works with like Challengers or Academy or a mix of both.
Okay, and Samira was also the Challenger, which we replaced her really quickly because we hit the Gangplank. Is that what happened?
Yeah, we hit the Gangplank. Samira is really good in the mid game as an item holder, and she does have a specific comp built around her, but we were not in a position to go for that comp. She's really good in an Imperial build.
But we did
which
see
is one row up. Yeah, we did see Quinn. Quinn is just good CC unit. She's like Pike from previous sets. You know, she's a 2-cost, and she just CCs people.
And then to refresh myself on the Mercenary, so I was getting the treasure chest because I was winning.
Yeah.
So you cannot lose. You cannot lose streak Mercenaries. You have to win streak the Mercenaries.
No. Lose streak Mercenaries is even better. So the way it works is the more you lose in a row, the bigger the loot becomes. So it becomes very dangerous, right?
Oh, God.
So ideally you lose by like 1 or 2 units each round, but it's hard to control that.
Yeah.
You do not want to cash out too early. If not, you like grief your HP too much. But if you get like a 7 or greater cash out, it is worth it.
Wow. And then on our big roll down. we got the Urgot, which
Yeah.
we instantly jumped on.
Yeah.
For the next 5 seconds, Urgot attacks the closest enemy. Physical damage. So he's just a strong DPS character or unit. We hit the Lysandra. Now I've seen some people stack a bunch of items on her.
Yeah, she's very good in the mid game. She like dominates stages like 3 through early 5, but then she falls off after that as a carry. Doesn't mean she's a bad unit to have as utility, but as a carry she kind of falls off.
Okay, and she's in the Scholar trait, which,
yeah,
to be honest, I don't see many people using Heimer or Zyra very often.
True, yeah. They really only use like Yuumi, Janna, and Lysandra in your comp.
The Chemtech was really the more valuable trait on Lysandra for splashing that 3. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, so ideally...
a lot of sets, it was usually, or maybe I'm misremembering, a lot of 2, 4, 8 stuff, seeing the odd on a bunch of the traits.
Yeah, yeah. Or like 3, 6, 9. Now it's like 3, 5, 7, 9.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And we're hitting the 5 stars. So the Jinx, now I know I didn't have items on her, wasn't really doing that much damage compared to, of course, I hit so many good units.
Yeah, I don't even remember who did the most damage. It might have even been like Jace or Tahm Kench. Like, yeah. Urgot was doing work, but everything died too quickly because you're too upgraded. But Jinx is a really solid carry. I believe if you... where is she?
She's over
here.
Yeah,
she's on the side there.
So she's twin shot, Scrappin' Sister. Yeah. So I've seen some people actually, like I said, in that game, I was a little overwhelmed, didn't even get to mess with the positioning, but I've seen people kind of put her up in the front.
Yeah, so if you have a GA or a Bloodthirster, you could put her towards the front so that she casts faster, because when you take damage, you convert some of that damage into mana.
Yep.
So if you have Knife's Edge, that was like one of the augments we saw where like your first 2 front rows get bonus attack damage. So if you have that, or if you have like GA, you could put her towards the front. I would not put her front and center necessarily without a GA, but you could put her like closer up just to get more mana to cast faster. Because her cast is like, with a Jeweled Gauntlet, it does a lot of work.
And then like, I wasn't even paying attention to the sister buff, but
yeah.
We did have Vi.
Yeah, you did have a Vi. So it just makes her gain 40% attack speed after getting a takedown, which obviously is great once she gets her rocket out.
Okay, and then let me just do a quick run through on anything else that I might have had a question about. Okay, the Jace.
Oh yeah, Jace is a little confusing. So if you put him up front, he becomes a tank, and he gains a shield when he casts his spell, and he also like slams the ground in front of him. It does a bunch of AoE, and he like shreds their armor. If you put him in the back line, he uses his gun, like in League of Legends, and then he just creates like a buff for people in the same row as him, where it gives them more attack speed, and then he like shoots really quickly for that time as well.
Okay. So that's the Transformer trait, right? Okay.
Yeah. So you could choose in the beginning of the fight which one you want.
And he is also an Enforcer, so...
Yeah, so he works well with Vi. So Enforcer's a weird trait. It's like a Zephyr, but a targeted one. So it gets the enemy with the most health if you have 2 of them, and then if you have 4 of them, it gets the most health and the person who does the most damage. So you can imagine in the super late game, 4 it's really good.
So if there are any augments that give you an Enforcer...
Yeah, they're pretty good if you're going to run Enforcer anyway. Yeah. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe. And of course, smash that like button. Each like is an LP I gain before the next video.